I hope you are all safe and well. And thank you for all your work last term on your practitioners. It was really lovely, so thank you. So the topic that's going to take us till the end of the term is all about theatre history. This is really important to understand why our theatre is like it is today. It's a really good way of learning about history, so who was on the throne, what was going on at the time, and how sort of world events were influencing the theatre. Okay, so there are many different periods of theatre history, and I would like you to focus on the following, please. Ancient Greek theatre, medieval theatre, so theatre of the Middle Ages, Italian Renaissance, so if you've heard of Commedia dell'arte, Elizabethan theatre, Restoration, and 19th century melodrama. These are also in the order in which they happened, okay? So these are the ones that I would like you to concentrate on when you are creating your timeline. So my expectations are the presentation. It is neat. You can use my template, which I will show you next, or you can do it by hand. And what will be really nice is if you then do it, and then we can join them all together and get a really long timeline, a bit like a family tree. I would like you in your timeline to think about the conventions or the aspects of that theatre. Who was on the throne, if possible, as that can be important to what was happening in theatre, especially things like during the Restoration and why it was called the Restoration period. Any aspects that relate to modern day theatre, and some key playwrights and text. So that is what I'm expecting, okay? Also, be aware that there is lots and lots of information out there. Pick out the bits that are interesting, that are relevant, and things that have poignancy today. So I have done the first one for you as my example, and that is of ancient Greek. Okay, so here is my example and my timeline, which you can copy for all the other ones. So ancient Greek theatre. So I've got a picture of the amphitheatre. Big audiences, great for sound and acoustics. And you will notice that sports stadiums, concert halls are really built on that kind of style. Plays were performed for religious festivals, honouring particular gods, and therefore they would be performed in the day, and you could just turn up and watch. So they had to cater for a lot of people. At these plays, there would be a contest between different actors, and the winner was Thespis, which, as you probably realise, where our word thespian comes from today. So the best actor was called the Thespis. Okay. So well-known playwrights at the time, and you might have heard of these. Sophocles, who wrote Oedipus Rex, one of my favourite plays. Euripides wrote the Trojan Women, based on the Trojan War. And Aristophanes' Lystrata, which is a popular A-level text. So you might want to go away and have a research of those. And they wrote tragedies and then comedies as well. There were lots of Greek philosophers at that time. So Aristotle, who really looked at the context of work. So what was happening, what is the message? And that's why we study context, to get the deeper understanding. A great resource for creating work in drama is of Greek myths. You probably will have heard of lots of Greek myths today, and they have really good morals to them. Pandora's Box, Icarus, flying too close to the sun, and Jason and the Argonauts, for example. Some conventions of Greek theatre. They used masks to multi-role, so females were not on the stage, and that actually went through many years. But in order to play a female character, they would then use a mask. There'd be a large chorus that would sing and dance, and you will notice from your research that these are quite Brechtian techniques, which he has taken on board. So there's lots in there that are still relevant today. I have done you a template for each of the different ones that you can then copy, add in your text boxes. edit as you see, and I've put the dates on them as well. So I've got medieval theatre, Italian Renaissance, Elizabethan, and the Restoration, and then obviously 19th century, in particular melodrama. Okay. Obviously, apart from the Greek theatre and probably the Italian one, think about who was on the throne. So clearly during Elizabethan theatre, Elizabeth I, but really think and have a look at what was going on at that time. Okay, so the outline for the next 7 weeks. So the first week, which is this week, I want you to do medieval and commedia. Okay, so commedia dell'arte, Italian. I don't need you to submit anything. Even though I'll show my homework, it will say, but don't worry, I will change that once you hand in the others. So the second week, so next week's homework, following week, will be about Elizabethan, and then you would submit all 3 of your templates, all 3 of your parts of your timeline. I will have a look at them, and there may be things that we can work on, things to include, things to not, to take out, and you will work on that in your week 3 and look at the restoration. Then you would submit all of that to date with any corrections that I've asked for. Then you'll look at 19th century melodrama, and then in week 6 you will submit your whole amazing timeline. Okay, it's really, really good resource that we can then stick into your book, and you'll have it. And we come back to it time and time again. GCSE A-level, we constantly think about what moments in theatre history we can use, so to include our work. And then the final week, you will have a quiz that covers all the different periods of history for you to sort of concrete your knowledge. Okay, so this week it's medieval and commedia. You've got your timeline already done if you want to use it, and just cut and paste boxes and then change them. A few pictures is good, but it's not about lots and lots and lots of pictures. I have just included some to show a type of theatre and some masks or a particular playwright. So if there are any questions and issues you have, obviously, then please do send me a message on Show My Homework, and have fun researching, and I look forward to seeing them soon. Okay, stay safe.